It's about 10 minutes to 9 on Sunday, November 22nd, 2009. Scoreboard says the Falcons 0, Eagles nothing here at George Brendler Field in beautiful downtown Chazy. Although the period says OT, the game they're referring to never did get to overtime, from what we have been told. Those of you watching will know when it happened, but I've been told from a reliable source that it was around 2 minutes, and then I heard recently it was around 4 minutes when the Falcons made a mistake in the box on a corner kick, and Brandon Lauren kicked in the penalty kick for the only goal of the game, and the Chazy Eagles will have, the boys that is, will have their 4th New York State Class D title. The Lady Eagles also went to the championship game this year, losing a heartbreaker 1-0. More information has arrived, and apparently it was 2:21 remaining on the clock when the penalty kick was scored. And of course it was in the second half, so the period on the scoreboard here has been corrected. It's now 9:30 p.m. on this Sunday evening. I've ventured into my vehicle to warm up. I got here about 9:15, and the latest we heard is that it'll be probably in the vicinity of 9:45 before the bus arrives. It's about 9:43, and for a minute or so we've been hearing sirens. We just saw looked like a firecracker go off up in the air, fireworks. But here the sirens. Their triumphant return to Chazy. The Chazy boys, once again, the New York State Class D champions. Getting a police and fire escort. Will be the bus right there. And I'm sure more than one set of parents following along in vehicles, although a lot of folks have filled up this parking area. They're going to park at the school and come on to the field. Chazy fans, young and old, have turned out. Temperature in the mid to upper 20s right now. So it's kind of cool, no wind, thankfully. Many of these fans were at the game. In Oneonta. The fire truck that escorted them is parking over this way. We've chatted with the school superintendent, high school principal Kevin Mulligan, and he informed us that the girls will come out with their silver plaque, and the boys will come out with their gold plaque. And they will line up out here in a semicircle. And the coaches will introduce the players. Karen Sherman Trombley will introduce the girls, who got once again to the state championship game, losing a heartbreaker 1-0, but state finalist nonetheless. And the boys with their 4th championship plaque. So all that will be happening here. They'll be congratulating, of course, both teams. Both teams certainly worthy of recognition. There will be an assembly at school. We hope to cover that also. That'll take place on Monday afternoon. Emily the Eagle, Emily Gilmore, graduate last year, leading the pack. And it looks like the boys are going to enter first, carrying their 4th New York State Class D championship plaque and their gold medals. And here come the girls. Yes, here come the girls. Oh, it's Coach Coach McAuliffe, assistant coach Trombley. It sounds like the girls are coming now. All this taking place around 10 p.m. on this November 22nd. I won't go into the details, but of course, November 22nd, a sad day in U.S. history back in 1963. But a joyous evening here in Chazy. And the girls led by Corey Thompson, EMT, and Coach Sherman with their hardware. Girls 3-1 victors in the semis, losing on a 1-0 score in the championship. 1-0 the score that the boys won on in their championship. Channel 5's Ken Drake is here. And these are some of the folks who showed up to congratulate the team, braving this cold weather. They were giving out hot dogs and cold water. No hot coffee.
Welcome everybody.
Here's Kevin Mulligan.
Way over near the press box, so rather than moving everybody over there, we're going to try to do it from here. Can you hear me? Yeah! Okay. We have, to my left, number 2 in the state of New York in Class D soccer for the girls, our Chazy Lady Eagles. The state champions for New York State in 2009, the Chazy Boys Eagles. I'd like to introduce Coach Karen Trombley, who for 2 years in a row now has brought her team to the Final Four, and this time she came in second. All right.
So it is a hard feat to make it to the Final Four, and I'm very proud to be part of Shea V. My first player, Jessica Lauren. Lori Cooper. Christina Emery. Emily Evil. Emily Lapierre. Catherine Tuck. Amanda Kempinen. Megan Reynolds. Jane Cooper. Sandra Olds. Caitlin Lapierre. Kirsten Doran. Chelsea Gay. Alexis Bushy. Megan Travely. Devin Maxford. Audrey Kempinen. Victoria Reynolds. Thank you for your support this year. Thank you so much.
And Corey Thompson.
One thing I'd like to add, Shea Z Lady Eagles take home the sportsmanship trophy this year as well.
Sorry, Mr. Thompson, they forgot his name all weekend and I just forgot him again. Mr. Thompson, we love him to death and he helped me so much. Corey Thompson.
Without any further ado, because he's wearing shorts, Mr. Coach Rob McCollum.
Again, as Karen said, thank you so much for all of you coming. It is a great feeling, to come home and to have this accomplishment these boys did this weekend. As they all know, and many of you know, this was not, a record may make it look like it was an easy season. But if it wasn't injuries or swine flu or people falling in ponds, we went through a lot this year. And I can't say how proud of them I am, and all you parents and relatives should just be thrilled by how proud you should be of your daughters and granddaughters and sons and grandsons. The girls team, is just a wonderful group of girls, and we're all so proud of them and what they've accomplished, and also, what Karen Sherman Trombley has done for these girls and where she's brought them. And I think there's a great round of applause for Karen Sherman as well too. But the last thing I'll say is that this is a group of boys that I'll never forget for what they did this weekend, what they did all year. This is a team that we said, I think many of you would agree, at certain times this year you started to wonder if we could, come close to this, and we did. And they are a great bunch of boys, and will forever be remembered for what they did this weekend, for the excitement they gave all of you, the excitement they gave me, and forever, this is one of the best teams ever. I give you, first off, let me give you the 2009 state champions right here. First player, Nolan Rogers. Hunter Dominic. Andrew Dupree. Dylan Hack. Mark Ocher. Cody Tuhill. Andrew Rabideau. Jeffrey Budd. Dylan Duffina. Ian Anderson. Frankie Garrell. Hero of Saturday. The guy who got us through the whole part of this season, maybe not today, but got us to this point today, Nathan Reynolds.
Injured today.
Goal scorer from Saturday, Tom McCarthy. John Tregan. Sportsmanship Award winner, Michael hero Sunday, Brandon Lawrence.
Goal scorer today.
Jordan Barrier, captain. Captain Gale Stein, and also Final Four MVP.
MVP, how about that?
Captain Senior Andrew Levere. And All-State player and Captain Jay Howard. And a guy who doesn't get nearly as much credit as he should. One of the best goalies in the state, Austin Sanders. And lastly, I'd like to say I want to thank so much.
Coach Tremblay will not be recognized.
As much as it's a great feeling to win a state championship, I know it's always hard. And I never realized until a handful of years ago that I had players getting emotional going into the state championship game. And it wasn't because of anything else, it's just that it also hit them that it was still their last game. So to all these seniors, there's no better way to go out though. And I'm proud of all of them, and especially proud of my four captains, Jay Howard, Andrew Levere, Caleb Stein, and Jordan Barrett for what they did for us this year. And lastly, very last thing, I thank you all, right? I've said it every time I come here. I love Shazy, I love this town, and I love these kids. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Last thing I want to announce to the parents out there, players for both teams, you have amnesty until 9:30 tomorrow morning. You don't show up to school till 9:30. And the assembly tomorrow is going to be at 1:45. It's a K-12 assembly. CV Tech kids need to stay in school.
There's no CV Tech?
Thank you everybody for coming on this cold but wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
That'll wrap it up.
Hot dogs, cookies.
Hot dogs and cookies for all the spectators.
Tim Parker, Andy Spiegel, and Mickey. No Mickey's fries, though. Sorry about that. Hot dogs and treats for everybody. Thank you, everybody.
The girls look like they were attending a wake rather than being congratulated for being a state finalist. They're disappointed, but they have so much to be proud of, and it may take a year or two, but they'll look back on this as one of their proudest moments in their high school careers. Steve Patton's going to take a photo for them, and the boys, again, the state champions, will also be trying to cover the assembly when that occurs. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and for those of you who understand, this is viewer-supported hometown cable. We're not paid to be here. We're here because we care about our community, and we wish more of our community cared about the success of hometown cable. Thanks for watching.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to need to be a little louder than that, because we're here. That's much better. We're here for a celebration, and we need a celebration. Okay? We have in front of you, you can see our two varsity soccer teams that participated this past weekend. The girls went to Cortland, New York, which is quite a ways from here. How long is that, girls, on a bus? Too long. 6 hours? 5.5 hours? 6-ish hours? And the boys went to Oneonta. How long is that on a bus? 4.5, a little closer, right? The girls participated in the Final Four, which would be the state competition for all of New York State. Now, Mr. McAuliffe, I hate to put you how many teams are there in Class D?
It's close to 200.
Okay. There are close to 200 teams throughout New York State that are in the class of soccer that we are in, which is called Class D. And that's due to the size of our school. All right? We're a small school, which is a good thing. Because when you're a small school, you can have K through 12. Our kindergartners are up here on the side, in the front, all the way up to our 12th graders, all in one assembly, and still have some seats left. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. There are, as I said, close to 200 schools that participate in Class D soccer in New York State. And you're looking at 2 teams that represented out of a possible 8 teams, 4 for the boys, 4 for the girls. You're looking at 2 teams that came back with medals, with plaques, with championships. Okay? Our girls soccer team, they did lose in the finals. They lost a very tough game to our Port, 1-0, but they came in 2nd place out of close to 200 schools in New York State. What is even more amazing is that for the last, this being the 5th year, they have made it to the Final Four all those years. They've done it straight for the last, this being the 5th year. And that makes it even more spectacular out of close to 200 schools. And we have also up here our boys team. And our boys team came in 1st in New York State. And today, we are the only school in New York State that can have an assembly that has number 1 and number 2 on stage together in New York State. No other school, Class A, AA, B, C, or D, we're the only ones that can have this type of assembly today. So we all deserve a big round of applause for that. What I'd like to do at this time is introduce our girls varsity soccer coach. This is Karen Sherman Tremblay, who is going to have some words, give you some vital statistics of our players, and also introduce the players. So I would like Ms. Karen Sherman Tremblay to come forward, please.
To thank Mr. Mulligan for all your support this year. I also like to thank Mr. Norcross in the back. Thank you very much. You've done a lot for me. I travel every day here. Thank you. To Mr. Creed in the back, thank you for your support and letting Ms. Berkey travel with me. I appreciate it. I also like to thank Rob McAuliffe. I've known you for a very long time, and it's a special feeling that you and I play college, and you know exactly how it feels to win and to play next to you, and it's an honor to be on the same field with you. Thank you for all your support. I'd like to also thank someone that all weekend I feel so bad they never introduced them on the field. You were on the roster, and the girls love you. I love you, Mr. Thompson. Every single day, and she's been my rock, especially when I need to push her a little bit, and she calms me down, is Miss Verkey. Thank you so much. I think the hardest thing about standing up here is, all of us love to win, and, I have a 6-year-old son and a 3-year-old son. It's so easy to teach kids how to win. How many of you like to win? We all know how to win. We all know how to celebrate when we win. How many of you like to lose? No. Not at all. But I guess the one thing that today my son, I kept on talking, he was talking to me in the car 5 hours, Mom, we lost. I know we lost. But you played good, Mom. And I said, we did play good. And one of the things I think that we forget is, especially in this small hometown, and I'm from downstate, is being part of Shazy and being able to wear the jerseys that you guys get to wear and the girls get to wear, and walking on that field and seeing our fans yell, Shazy. And the feeling you get last night, the feeling you get from all the fans, everybody knows about Shazy, and just carry that along with you, regardless if you win or lose. That feeling of being able to wear Shazy on your back, on your jersey, be proud, because I'm very proud to be part of this program. It's a great community, and I'm honored to be the head coach of varsity, and thank you. First, I want to just read a little poem I wrote. I tried to think of things to say, and I'm really not someone that likes to get in front of the crowd, but I wrote a little speech, a little poem. We practice every day, even in the rain. We work hard all season, from August to November. We are a tight family, a band of friends. We celebrate at each game's end. Win or lose, we give our best. Win or lose, we're still standing tall. And that's what it's all about. So win or lose, we stand tall and we're proud. I also want to congratulate the boys. It was a pleasure, and it was nerve-wracking to watch the games, and I'm so excited that you guys were able to pull it off. It was hard for us, but most of the girls, the first thing they said is, Coach, thanks for everything. I'll see you someday soon. I'm going to the boys' game. And most of them were at your game, and I was there too with my family, and it was a pleasure and an honor to see you guys win it all. Congratulations. Our record was 21-1. We had 107 goals. We scored 107 goals. And we only had 5 goals scored against us. So the goal that was scored against us on Saturday was our 5th goal all season that was scored on us. So that's a great, good job, girls. I also want to say that this weekend, our team, and I think it's the first time ever, I might be wrong, but someone told me it was Mr. Passat, or someone told me that our team was given the Team Sportsmanship Award, which is quite an honor. It shows that we came onto the field, came to the tournament with a lot of class. Regardless if we win or lose, we represented Shazy the right way. Congratulations on that. That's quite an honor at the Final Four. We also had an MVP on our defense with Kirsten Doran. She had a great weekend. Congratulations. And this season for the NBACs, we had an MVP this year who deserved it. It was Victoria Reynolds, who had 37 goals, 10 assists for 84 points for her career, for her season. Congratulations, Victoria. Had 4 girls that made the All-Star team: Austria Kempinen, Caitlin Lokier, Kirsten Doran, and I forgot one. Devin Latchmore, right? Sorry, Devin. And now I want to introduce the girls, and you know, it's hard to say goodbye to the seniors, but this is a stepping stone to your life, and when you look back at it, you know, we talked about it last night, the feeling that when we won on Friday was the best feeling, and you know, you carry that along with you being part of this team, and it's been a pleasure to coach you guys this year. Our first player was an 8th grader, Amber Polinsky. Amber, stand up. Thank you. Our 9th graders are Megan Reynolds and Lindsay Hack. Okay. 10th graders, Christina Emery, Dory Cooper, Caitlin Sear, Catherine Cook, Kirsten Dorn, and Amanda Kempinen. Our 11th graders are Alexis Bushy, Emily Keeble, Emily Lekier, Jessica Lauren, Amanda Hansen, Chelsea Gay, and Captain Austria Kempinen. And our seniors, Sinead Cooper, Sandra Bowles, Captain Sagan Trombley, Captain Devin Ashmore, and Captain Victoria Reynolds. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll definitely be back next year, girls, right? You got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Trombley. Super job, ladies. Now I would like to introduce our boys varsity basketball. Soccer. I like to watch college basketball, that's about it. Our boys varsity soccer coach, Mr. Rob McCall.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone coming here today to join our celebration. Again, also, I just want to congratulate the girls team. And you know, it's funny. 5-6 years ago, when the girls team went to the Final Four for one of the first times, and they lost, they kind of came back with excitement, and they were happy to be there. It shows how determined this group was that. They were disappointed when they didn't come home with a state championship. But the one thing that they have to realize is that no matter what, many, many years from now, we'll be talking about one of the best girls teams to ever play at this school. We'll talk about this 2019, and we'll talk about how they may have been one of the best ever here. And they need a round of applause for their season. And Coach Trombley, came here 2 years ago, and last year I could see that this began to mean a lot to her. And I know for Mr. Norcross and some other people who've been a part of this program, just listening to her today, seems like she's been Shazy-ized. She sounds like a Shazy person now. She sounds like it just means so much to her. And I know these girls mean a whole lot to her. And she's a very special part of our soccer community now in our school. So a great round of applause for Karen. But for anyone who was in Oneonta this weekend, it was quite the weekend. On Saturday, we played a team that beat us last year in the state finals, and it was a difficult task, and we knew that was always hanging over us. But to go there and to play the way we did, and to come from behind to beat Hamilton, who was kind of a rival of ours, was a special moment. And to go into the finals on Sunday, when you looked across the field, the other teams always have 8 or 9 seniors starting, and we've got freshmen and sophomores running out there, and they've got kids who weigh 200 pounds, and I've got kids who weigh 120 pounds. It was difficult, but there's something special about these boys. And one of the things that we've always said to each other is that, and many of you people here at my age or older understand this, that sometimes the most significant moments in your life go by you without you ever recognizing it. And then you look back in time and say that you wish you could have done something different at that moment, or could have taken that moment in. Well, I think these boys realized, how important this weekend was to them, and how important it was as a team, as almost like a family. And they played like they were playing for each other. As much as many people hope that they played for our fans and played for their parents and things like that, I think the great majority of them tell you that they played for each other, and that's what mattered to them. The other people I'd like to thank, Mr. Norcross as well. We want to thank him again for all that he does for our program. There's a few other people that also get left out sometimes. The two voices of Shazy Soccer, Joey Trombley and Joe Poisson, and Calvin Paston as well too, for all the games that they do for us. I'd also like to a special thanks to my wife and my son Jack, but also 4 years ago, in about 6-7 hours from now, my wife and I were at this assembly like this, and then about 5-6 hours later, came our daughter Ava, who's 4 years old. I can't tell you enough how proud of these boys I am. This is a team that many people did not believe that we would be on this stage today. Many people believe that we would have not a very good season. But when we stood up on that stage in Oneonta yesterday, it kind of hit us all. The team that wasn't supposed to do anything did a whole lot, and we're very proud of these boys. And let me introduce the 2009 state champions to you. First, freshman Kyle McCarthy. Junior Andrew Rabideau. Captain and also the Final Four most valuable player, Caleb Snide. Senior Michael Santor. Junior Andrew Dupree. Sophomore Captain Jordan Barrier. Senior Frankie Darrow. And our sophomore goalie who played great all weekend long, all season long, but this weekend he just really came through for us when we needed him. Sophomore goalkeeper Austin Santor. Senior captain and also sportsmanship award winner Andrew Lapierre. Senior captain and also named all-state player Shay Howley. Senior Dylan Duffman. Junior Dylan Hack. Junior Jeffrey Bott. Freshman Nathan Rounds. Senior Tyler Boris. And freshman and the boy who scored the game-winning goal in the state championship game, Brandon Lauren. Sophomore Hunter Dominic. Junior and also the Matt Gravel who scored the game-winning goal in the state semifinal game. Matt didn't score any goals this year, but he decided to save the best one for last. Junior John Trigan. Freshman Nolan Rogers. Senior Mark Osher. Sophomore Cody Tuhill. And senior Ian Tattoo Anderson. I just want to thank everybody here and thank the community for all your support, and we just hope someday that you kindergartners and first graders and on, that someday we hope that you'll be on the stage and we'll be announcing you. I'll have less hair and whatever's left will be grayer, but I hope that someday you will be on the stage. And but I think one more huge round of applause for both these teams. How much
Well, I got notified about a big event today, and I think it would be very fitting that if the entire school sang happy birthday to Miss Ava McCall. Okay? We're gonna sing it. Okay? Are we ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ava. Happy birthday to you. Shazy is all about family. We're a small community, and we're a family. Last night was certainly proof of that. In the cold temperatures, late at night, waiting for a good hour for the boys' team to arrive. Mr. Pilon was driving a little slower than normal. And they finally arrived about 9:45. And we had a celebration, an impromptu celebration last night. I'd like to thank the Athletic Association for helping make that possible, as well as Mr. Scott Spiegel, Mr. Tim Parker, and the person that we all know and love, Mickey Kahn of Mickey's Fries, and then Tim Ryan, his co-worker. And let's give a big applause. Speaking of bus drivers, girls, who's your bus driver? Timmy! Timmy! Timmy Point! And thanks to Mr. Doug Pilon who drove the boys. One last thing, I have a question, okay? This is for the elementary students. How many of you in the elementary school participate in soccer during the summertime and fall? Raise your hands. Look at those numbers. Okay? We got some future state champions out there. I can see it now. Good job, guys. Okay. At this point in time, the elementary teachers, we're going to dismiss, starting with the kindergartners. I think they might have already left. And we're going to go in an orderly fashion. Okay? And the first graders, if they could assemble. Thank you very much, everybody, for your wonderful participation.